Alright, let's get back to it. That's fairly obvious. Even with my brightness turned all the way down, I can see that pit. So, looks like a dead end that way. That's okay, because we have plenty of dungeon left to explore. Literal dungeon, not in the Zelda sense, where they're just called dungeons. This is a bona fide Tower of London style dungeon. And, always want to help out a friend in need. He dropped the official "I'm pretty fucked, please send me some health" message, so I think it's worth upvoting. These coffins aren't really worth destroying, but it is fun. I was thinking about Zelda dungeons made me feel like just trashing the place. Zelda games have that effect on me these days. Except Link Between Worlds, that was awesome. Alright. So I see there are some more of those bowling pin guys in the back. Actually, there's just a ton of people here in general. Hey, that guy's got a weapon. Had a weapon. But normally when you see that there are guys in the barrels back there, that's a sign that maybe there's something hidden. Though the more I look around here, the more I think that that's just wishful thinking, and this is just a very large cell. And it's nice to see that the secret dagger puts in work on parries and backstabs. I just wish that, I was getting... Oh! Nope, there is an item there. But, to finish my thought, I just wish I was getting parries and backstabs against more worthwhile enemies, not these, 3-soul worthless dreglings. Widow's Lotus, that is useful. So there's 3 types of lotuses in the game. You got the Soldier's Lotus that heals bleeding, the Royal Lotus that heals poison, and the Widow Lotus that heals plague. Plague is analogous to Toxin from Dark Souls. Poison is poison. And bleed is completely different in this game than it is in Dark Souls. Instead of the flat damage, it's just another poison. It is a property of slashing swords, like scimitars, for example. I don't see anything poisonous in here. Ah! That's kind of freaky. Okay. You don't really expect something living to come out of the Iron Maiden, so I guess that's a pretty good trap. Just gonna heal up that poison. Poison, you don't get to see meters in this game that show how close you are to getting an ailment or how close you are to healing from it. Which becomes a bit of an issue in one particular later level. It's also just annoying. Aha! Now the Ring of Magical Sharpness, that is going to put in all kinds of work for us. Does exactly what it says. Raises magic power, lowers defense. Magic defense, that is. But since magic attacks are generally rare, lowering your magic defense doesn't really make a difference. There are 2 levels in particular where there are a lot of magical attacks to watch out for. This, unfortunately, is one of them. It's probably not going to stop me from using the ring, though, because it's just so good. The other one is actually not going to be for a while yet. But in that particular case, the magic attacks do so much damage anyways that there's a good chance of just dying even without the Ring of Magical Sharpness. It also has a counterpart that does the opposite, lowering your magic attack in favor of defense. It's actually, it's pretty handy, especially if you have, proper weapons. Okay. Let's see, anybody interesting over here? This is the other side of floor 3, so we already have the key. Thinking no. Probably not. Suspicions being confirmed. Oh, nope. Here we go. Hang on. Who is this?
Oh, human are you? I am Frake. I have been trapped here for ages. Perhaps you could help me get out of here. I am a sage, and I can lend you my power in return. Oh, take heed of those octopus-headed guards.
Well, we certainly want his power, so we are definitely going to remember to free him. However, his cell is locked with a special key instead of the key that opens the rest of the doors here. And there's also another prisoner to rescue. The other one is Rydell. Can never remember which prisoner is where, but I guess Frake's here, so Rydell is elsewhere. And we can't even save Rydell. I mean, sucks to be him, but I think we can eventually get to him. Frake, though, is our priority, since he's going to teach us advanced magic spells by taking our demon souls. Alright, that way is the connective ground between the final showdown in this level and the rest of it. We need another special key to get there. I'm going to go ahead and put the Thieves' Ring back on, because there are almost certainly horrible things waiting for me on the other side of this door. Bloodstain, not making me feel very good. Then again, he's going back the other way, so perhaps he encountered something unpleasant beyond the locked gate. Not gonna use that. Bows, not really worth it when you're playing a magic-based character. Seems like nobody's locking this place. Guess this would be the second floor now? Oh, nope, there is something unpleasant. Better run. At least get back. Notice the massive difference that the Ring of Magical Sharpness has on the amount of damage we do. We now kill this guy in 3 soul arrows instead of 4.
He's coming.
Ah, here's Rydell.
Well, you are a sane one, aren't you? My name is Ridiel. Please, liberate me from this cell. I have precious little time. I must retrieve an article from my corpse.
Rydell just wants to tag up to his bloodstain, just like any normal Demon Souls player. But unfortunately for him, the key to his liberation is over here past this rubble. Unfortunately, the rubble is completely immovable. The only way to get rid of it is to bump this world's world tendency up to its maximum value, which is called pure white. Once we get it there, even once, the rubble will be removed and it won't return, but we are a long way away from being able to get it there. I'll have to actually go offline for that, I think, because the world tendency isn't just affected by your own game, it's affected by everybody else's. So, yeah. When you stop seeing the internet messages, you'll know what I'm doing. And if I start winding up at the start of levels in soul form instead of body form, that's also why. Oh great, I missed a key. Okay. Where is the other key? It's not by Rydell. Or is it by Rydell? Should probably check, just in case. It's definitely not in the cell, that's for sure. I checked those pretty thoroughly. I also see a big pile of items down there that I want.
Please, help me.
Oh, it looked like a keyring or keyring holder thing, but it's not. Oh, okay. No, I know where it is. I know where it is. I actually walked straight by it. Didn't even realize. Sometimes they hide things just by putting them in plain sight. You don't really believe that it's true until it happens to you. Hidden in plain sight. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That's gonna get us down to the ground floor. Those are some serious doors. Like, I would not want to try to lift those by the spikes. And of course, there are more cells. With mostly nothing, but hey, treasure.
Please help me.
Yeah. So, Kite Shield is pretty useful. It requires more strength than we have, though. The fluted stuff, not really going to use that. But the other thing we got, the silver bracers, are very handy. They increase the amount of souls that we gain. I believe the increase is 10%, but that's pretty good. Now, while the fluted stuff is good defensively, I mean, aside from the fact that it says it impedes stamina regeneration, which would suck, and I'm not sure if it actually does that, it's all really heavy. And I don't want to put any more points into endurance than I have to. And I definitely don't want to slow roll. Yeah, I better regenerate some MP. Okay, so we got a bunch of bowling pin guys, but we also have this hideous monstrosity. Let's deal with the bowling pin guy. No. Well, I'm trying to lock onto this guy, but it's not really working. See, he's got two main forms of attack. He has that Soul Ray, and he also just kind of flails wildly. And if I can get a better view of him without getting into his melee flail range, you would see that he's actually a giant ball of these prisoners stuck together. It's pretty fucking gross. I really wish I could lock onto him. It'll probably be easier once I get rid of these guys. Ooh, is that a crystal? That's a crystal lizard over there. Gotta be careful, don't want to scare the crystal lizard away. It's filled with delicious rocks that we need to upgrade our weapons. Oh, well, that took way too long. And unfortunately, despite the fact that you might think that that guy would count as like a mini-boss, like the Channelers and Dark Souls and wouldn't respawn, he does. Fortunately, he's also counterclockwise. What? Really? You know what? That's great advice. I've also got some advice. Let's see what they make of that. Alright, Crystal Lizard. The best way to approach them is with stealth. For me, since I have Soul Arrow, I can get just inside of the lock-on range, maybe a little bit closer, while sneaking up with the Thieves' Ring, and probably get half of their health off with one Soul Arrow, and then I'm going to have to run in and do the rest. The tricky thing with Soul Arrow, though, is that sometimes it just darts itself straight into the ground, right in front of the lizard, and scares it off. Now, once the lizard starts moving, you have only a certain amount of time before it escapes. So speed is of the essence. I wish I had a better weapon equipped for this. If you roll on top of them, you can stop them in their tracks. Also, if you just get in front of them, it stops them. And as a result, we now have some shards of Moonlight Stone. The rewards you get better, depending on how far into a world you are, and also depending on the world tendency. The lower the world tendency is, the better drops you get from crystal lizards. And there's also strange rules about them respawning based on the number of bosses you kill, etc., etc., etc. It's all very complicated. What you need to know is that crystal lizards are a bitch to run down and kill. They will try to get you to fall off of cliffs, and if you do kill them, you are handsomely rewarded. Kind of like metal slimes. Alrighty then. Locked. I should have known. Alright, well. There are more cells to be explored down here. And I think there's another doorway that I didn't go through over there. But, let's start with cells. It's an okay start. Nope. 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 God damn it. Ugh.